Would you like to find all the property deals that you'll ever need easily? My name is Ritchie Clapson. I'm a chartered structural engineer. I've been in the property industry now over 40 years. And in this episode, I'm going to cover off and tell you exactly how you can find all the property deals that you'll ever need to be a successful property developer. All the deals you'll ever need. Does that sound a bit far-fetched? Maybe it does. What about if I said you don't even have to go and look for them? What if I said they will come to you? You haven't tuned off yet, have you? Still listening, because even though it sounds far-fetched, you'll want to know how you get deals coming to you. Well, that's the secret. That's what seasoned developers do. I can tell you, I've got many seasoned developer friends. And when I was developing, I didn't sit there and wait for a Rightmove alert. I wouldn't. Why would I sit there and wait for a Rightmove commercial estate success? Well, what's come up? I would not be waiting for those alerts. I've been doing it a bit smarter. I've got to think about what happens in this industry. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happens in this industry. And you might not have known this, because are you one of those out there? Are you waiting for your alerts? Are you waiting for an alert right now for something to pop up on Rightmove? Well, think about it. Just think about this alert. This alert for this commercial building. Let's say you're going to work in the, Oxfordshire area. And you're targeting empty commercial office buildings in the Oxfordshire area up to a certain value. And you've got your alert set up because you're quite smart at this stuff. You know what to do. And your alert pings in on a, Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. You get this alert. Bang, there you go. Well, what happens? Are you the only person that got that alert? You're not, are you? Hundreds of people, thousands of people got that alert. Yeah. And okay, most of them aren't going to be interested. But do you think a handful are? A good handful? In fact, several dozen, probably in your area, in your town. All straight onto the agent. Hey, I've just seen this come up. I'm interested in this. What puts you any different to anyone else in that arrangement? No one. You're all looking at that same alert. And the reality is, if you weren't there at 9 o'clock when that alert come in, and you didn't see it till 10 or 11, well, you're now behind the curve. What do the smart people do? What do the existing established developers do? Well, they know what happens to all the property deals, the best property deals. And I can tell you right now that 50%, half of the property deals in this country do not come to the market. Now, I'm not talking about off-market deals. Off-market deals are deals that we generate, we create. We go to someone who wasn't thinking of selling and we convince them to sell. That's different. I'm talking about buildings, existing buildings that someone has, and this will apply to land as well, but I want to focus on buildings because I want to focus you as a new developer on permitted development rights. But this applies to land as well as buildings. What happens to those buildings? Well, we're talking about motivated sellers. We're talking about sellers that want to sell, not someone that you've got to create that interest to sell, which is a complete off-market deal. I'm talking about deals that are on market but don't come to the market. Now, I'm not talking in riddles. This is going to make sense. Bear with me, okay? What am I talking about? I'm talking about what happens. Where do they go? Have a think about it. If you were a commercial building owner, you've got your existing commercial building, you now don't need it. Maybe you've closed your business down. Maybe you've relocated your business. Maybe your business has had to close down. Maybe it's failed. I don't know. Now you've got an empty commercial building. It could be an office. It could be a light industrial. It could be a shop unit. What are you going to do? You want to sell it. Where do you go? Where do you go to sell your building? You know, don't you? You go to a commercial agent. You go to a specialist commercial agent. That's what you would do, even if you've never sold a building before. You'd ask someone, they say, oh, go to your local commercial agent. You go to your commercial agent, they would say, no problem at all. We can get that sold for you. How motivated are you to have a chat? They'd work out what the price was. Okay, let's go for about £300,000 to £400,000. Let's see what we can get. Now, here's a revelation for you. Commercial agents are lazy. Now, if you're a commercial agent out there and you're taking offense to that, well, you're obviously not doing your job very well, because the rest of them, all the good ones, are really lazy. In fact, they tell me they're lazy. They like to be wined and dined and go out to, to the races, to wherever. Just take them out for a nice evening, look after them. Because what's the simplest way for them to get rid of an opportunity? If an opportunity comes in, that motivated building owner rings up that commercial agent. What are they going to do? They can think, okay, here's an interesting building. I'll tell you what, Why don't I ring Fred? Why don't I ring John? Why don't I ring Kathy? Why don't I ring Sarah? They are 4 local developers all looking for exactly that type of building. It's a little bit out of patch for Sarah. It's a little bit too expensive for someone else, but look, I'll send it to them. What do? They ring you up. Hi, Sarah. Got this existing commercial building. It's an old office building. It's a little bit out of your areas, but right in your price range. Are you interested? Sarah says, send it through. I'll come straight back to you. Sarah goes straight back. No, not for me. Thank you very much. But no, it's good. Thanks for sending it across. They're going to do 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 of those existing developers. The chances are one of those existing developers will buy it. One of them will take that opportunity, at least. They might have 2 or 3 going for it. But effectively, it's off market, but it's on market because it's actually being sold. So there's a motivated seller, but it's not going out to the general public. It's not going out to the mass public. It's not going as part of a Rightmove alert. Now, it might, in time, get put up as an alert. A lot of agents will put stuff up just to demonstrate that they've got stuff out there, and it might already be sold. Have you ever had that? You ever actually got on that alert? You've been sat there at 9 o'clock or whatever time it might be, straight on, you've gone through and they've gone, it's sold. You've gone, damn, if only I'd rung just that little bit quicker. It was probably already sold. It was probably already gone. They've just put it up to show that they've sold it. It's like people that sell houses, residential agents. They always put a sold board up, even if they're not allowed to put a sale board up, because they want to show that they're selling stuff. They want people to go to them. So this is what a lot of commercial agents would do. And if it's not being sold, often I'd say you want to be suspicious, because almost certainly it's been passed around a number of existing developers. People like me would have had that phone call. I'd have had the phone call, hey Rich, you interested in this? No, not for me, real problems with that. It's right near the railway, that's going to be a bit of a problem. And I know that site is is in a flood zone, not for me, thank you very much. And they get that response from many, many developers. So what do they then do? We'll stick it up on one of the portals. Let's stick it up on Rightmove. Let's stick it on Zoopla. Let's stick it on Estates Gazette and see if someone else will be interested. So quite often, not always, but quite often the stuff that's on those portals is often stuff that's been rejected by existing established developers. And I'd certainly always be a little bit cynical and always take that view. There are some deals that have to go up. Certain charitable organisations have to demonstrate best value. Certain government bodies have to demonstrate best value, so they have to go to the market. So some buildings, you need to understand which ones they might be, will always be on the portals, will always be on the market as a first point of contact. But the majority, no, they won't. So how do you get it? How do you get in there? How do you get into that club, perhaps we might see it? And I suspect a lot of you are thinking, well, I'm just not going to get there then. Forget this game. Let's go and do something different. Because if it goes to those existing developers, how am I, as a new developer, ever going to get in there? Of course you are. Think about it. Every new developer starts somewhere. Think about these agents. These commercial agents are selling, okay? You are buying. They're selling to you. They need you. And what if they actually then ring round? So that commercial agent rings me up. Hey, Rich, I've got something for you. Stacked out this month. Sorry about that. I don't need anything else. All my funds are deployed. Because most developers always have a limit. I'd have a limit of what I want to get involved in. I know many existing developers who do much, much bigger stuff than me. Yet they run out of money as well. All their money's deployed. So there's always a point when that agent is ringing round and a lot of those existing developers aren't interested. They might be interested, but money's deployed, or I'm just too busy. One of my developers' friends I've known for years, I'd go down to his office and he was stacked out with deals. His desk always had lots of deals. I'd always make a point of sitting at his desk and having a little look through, being a bit cheeky and say, I'll take this one off you. Come on, it might be one that I looked at and I never got and he outbid me. No, he'd go, put your hands off of that. He'd say, that's mine. And he'd want to keep them. I suppose, why not? He'd get round to them. But there would be a point when he would turn around and go, I don't need any more. Not at the minute. I just want to get through some of these. And you might think that sounds daft, but that's a position you could be in as well. And so what happens then? What happens in that area when that agent's ringing round is half a dozen existing contacts? Stacked out, overloaded, don't need any more, money's all deployed, actually sidelined at the moment, got some family issues. In fact, I'm going on holiday, not really interested at the minute. Quite often you can pick up some great deals in the summer and great deals around Christmas and the New Year. Because what would you do? If you were a high net worth individual and you're going to be there, being a developer, Imagine the day when you've got 2, 3, 4, 500,000 pounds just sitting down around in your bank, all spare. What are you going to do in the summer? On holiday? Would I be right? What are you going to do at Christmas? Maybe have a little bit of a break, wind down. What are you going to do in January? Go off skiing, have a winter break? You're going to, aren't you? And so a lot of those existing contacts are away. So that's a really good time as a new developer to be in there, because the agents are often still working. They're ringing around, international dialing tone, not going to pick up, I'm on the slopes. I'm not going to pick up in the summer, I'm sat by the pool. I don't want to look at a deal, I don't need to. As a new developer, that's when you get your chance. That's when you get your opportunity. That's when the phone call will come to you. You weren't first. Maybe you were second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, but you get that call. And provided you're in there, you've got to be in it to win it, you're going to get that opportunity. That opportunity won't be exclusive. It might have gone to 2 or 3 other people, but it won't be on market. It's an off-market deal that's available for sale. So you've got to get in there. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, you've got to know that that opportunity exists. You've got to know as well that developers, well, they finish, don't they? Developers die. We die out. And so eventually, when we die, well, we don't develop anymore. I mean, there's no surprise there, is there? But developers give up. Developers retire. You'll probably think, oh, I'll never retire. But you would one day think, oh, that's it. I've had enough. I don't want to do anymore. People diversify. They go off into other businesses. They want other challenges. That's what people do. So developers disappear. That means we've got to get new developers coming in. So actually, if you go and build this in the right way, this relationship with those commercial agents, you will get a shot at one of these on-market, off-market deals. How do you do that? It's that wonderful thing, rapport. It's that wonderful set of skills called people skills. We talk about it a lot here on the channel. It's getting in and building relationships with people, building rapport, even though you're not going to get a chance at the moment. Even though you're further down that pecking list, you might be in the little black book, as we used to say, you might be in the mobile phone, and yet you might be 15, 20 on the list. But there's a chance that one day you'll be up that list. So don't give up. Keep building that rapport. Keep building that relationship. But if you've got no relationship and no rapport, is the agent going to remember you? They won't. And I've learned from that mistake. We used to have a relationship with someone. It's in central London. And we knew that we were getting all of the opportunities. And then we let that relationship lapse. Foolishly. There was a few of us working together and we let it lapse. And there was an opportunity that we knew was ours. It was our opportunity to get involved with that building. I remember it. It was a great opportunity. And it just went quiet. So, okay, everyone's busy. We know it's going to come through. But we let it drift. We got sidetracked. We didn't put the effort in to build that rapport. Keep that rapport going. Keep that relationship going. We took it for granted. What happened? Someone worked a bit harder than us. Someone got in there and they worked at building that rapport. Eventually, it was about a year we let this thing lapse. We just thought it had gone away. It sometimes happened. We got in touch with the agent. What's happened with so-and-so building? It was up in Clerkenwell in London, I remember. And they went, oh, it's gone. Gone? What do you mean it's gone? Oh, I didn't think you were interested. I hadn't heard from you a while. Yeah, it came back on the market at the back end of last year. It's gone to someone else. Gone to someone else? It was a great opportunity, but we let it go. It went to someone else who was relatively new. But they built that relationship, they built that rapport. So you've got to be known. You've got to be sat there. You know, it's almost like you're on the subs bench. You've got to be there waiting. You've got to be hungry. You've got to be enthusiastic. You've got to be fit. Otherwise, the manager's never going to pick you. So you've got to be there waiting, ready to pounce. So you now know 50% of the deals in the marketplace for developers do not come to the market. So they're on market, off market deals. Does it make sense now? But they're coming to you. And this is how it works. As an existing established developer, you will eventually, if you follow this, be in that position where the agent rings you. You're not going to go running around, they're just going to ring you. You're not going to be looking at Rightmove alerts. They're for someone else. They're for people that don't understand this stuff. And that's how you win deals. And that's how all the deals can come to you, all the deals that you'll ever need. Am I making sense? Hopefully I am. Leave us some comments, tell us what you think, like and subscribe as always, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.